found out I was pregnant in June of 2008, and we were really excited and a little nervous, but we were just, I felt like I was ready, that I could handle being a mom. Oh no, Aiden. Aiden's turn. Oh no. Oh no. The day we were supposed to leave the hospital, a doctor came and she woke me up and she told me that I wouldn't be able to leave, that I could leave, but Aiden was gonna have to stay in the hospital, that they were actually gonna have to transport him to another hospital in the NICU because they believed that he had been having seizures because he had like an odd hand posture. And I had noticed that, but I'm a new mom, so I didn't really question it. I just started crying. Me and Matt both started crying, and it took a second. Like she came in and she told us all of that, and then she had also said that they thought he was bleeding in his brain because some bones in the top of his head hadn't closed yet, and some part of them was supposed to have closed with him being 2 days old. His blood levels were out of balance, and just things you don't expect to hear. He looked fine to me, so hearing those things just like broke me. You feel defeated, and I felt like worthless. On my way to the hospital, one of the doctors there in the NICU called me, and he said, he's like, I think we have a diagnosis for Aiden. And he said it's congenital nephrotic syndrome. It's a genetic disease that affects the kidneys, and he just started saying words like dialysis, and Aiden's gonna need a kidney transplant. And I just remember holding the phone and just shaking because like he was still talking, but after he said dialysis and your baby's gonna need a kidney transplant, like I just broke even more than I thought that I could. Matt was there for me, and he suggested that I go back to work, and that he would take over and be the stronger one for us, because I was just breaking down. I didn't have the strength. So I know that was hard on him to switch roles with me because I was weaker than him. But he could handle it. He did so well. He just took over, and he made everything, and he still does. He makes everything just look real easy, and that amazes me. But I'm grateful to have him. So a month after we took Aiden home, his whole body started swelling real bad. So we took him back into the hospital, and they just looked at him and said, he's gonna have to stay here, and we're gonna have to take his kidneys out.
Tell me what else. Yeah?
I packed them, but on the CRRT orders it said to use the 1 to 1,000 and to only pack it with the amount of the capture, which is 26.
What else?
So I just put this, and I'll put this on both. I was gonna wait till he woke up and put it on here.
It's like whenever we'd be doing good, then something would happen and we'd have to start all over again. They removed his kidneys and they put a hemodialysis catheter in his neck, and they put the peritoneal catheter in his abdomen. Boxes and boxes of medical supplies, and we were doing good, and dialysis every 12 hours. And Aiden was doing okay. He was doing good. Then a month passed, and I got a call from Matt. He thought Aiden was having a seizure, but he wasn't sure. He had to take him to the emergency because he had like 2 more of, his body would just kind of tense. It wasn't like a real violent seizure, so we couldn't really tell if he was having them or not, but he was. That day he ended up having, I lost count after 12. I would just cry and cry because he's just a baby. And you see him just shaking and shaking, and there's nothing that I could do to take that pain from him, and he was just so helpless. With all those seizures, he was losing blood flow to the back part of his brain that affects vision. And so they said that his vision had gone, and they couldn't promise that it was gonna come back. They didn't know. Just prayed a lot. Around that time, maybe 2 or 3 days later, he was starting to respond to light. Now he can see. He's on the waiting list to be transplanted. So we're just really waiting for the call saying that they have one for him. I know it's gonna be really, really hard, but it'll be worth it.